And I'm not just talking, I mean what I say.
What's up, Jared Tones? I hope y'all are good out there. So listen, if you don't know who I am, I'm about to tell you right now. I am Jaren. I am a voice teacher, speech trainer, and the founder and owner of this marvelous studio, the Jaren Emliger Studio. Y'all, I am so excited about this video. She is so special to me. So I want to tell this quick story about this wonderful artist right here. So when I first started analyzing singers on Instagram, I started doing Instagram, I think, during the pandemic. And I remember people sending me this girl. And I'm like, who is this girl y'all keep sending to me? And I'm like, okay, let me see what this girl is about. And she was just singing some song like a cappella or like with the piano. And I was like, what? And back then she only had between 4,000 and 6,000 followers, maybe. And so I analyzed her and we followed each other from that, and we kind of stayed connected. And just seeing her grow career-wise, almost like in front of my eyes, it is such a joy and an honor to talk about her. And we're connected on most of the social platforms, and in my brain we're like friends basically. But I am so immensely proud of her. I have never met her in person, but I am just as proud as I want to be of her, okay? So I'm excited to dive into this wonderful singer. And I was going to do another song of hers that was more on the Christmas side, but I was like, I gotta switch it up and do something else. So I switched it up, so it's not a Christmas tune, but still, who cares? It's Christmas anyway, whether you sing a Christmas song or not, you know? So as I always say, this is more so an analysis, not a reaction. So if you don't like starting and stopping and talking about things as they happen, then don't worry about this video, go into another video. But if you don't mind stopping and starting, then this is the channel and the video for you, so stick around. Y'all, here is a voice analysis of one of my favorite voices out today, SAMARA Joy, singing Nostalgia, The Day I Knew.
Nostalgia hit me as I recall the day I knew that I loved you. You passed me by on a starry night. How could I forget you were stunning?
Y'all, I just love her voice so much. I really feel like that larynx just kind of just sits down in there. It just kind of sits low. You know, that low larynx will give you a nice, dark, rich sound. And there's nothing wrong with having a pliable larynx. You can go up and down with it. She just found a way to sing with this lower laryngeal position that is just so beautiful.
A vision of perfection, heaven's very essence, that you were a shining star to me.
You can hear the larynx going up and down. And that's what I'm talking about, that pliable larynx. You can really move your larynx down to give different sounds. She has found a way to move that larynx up and down, because that she goes higher into more of like the headier, thin fold voice that she has. You can kind of hear that larynx going up and down a little bit as she's singing. All of this is movable, okay? All of these things can be moved around in some sort of fashion. So don't you think that you have to keep your voice a certain way or to have to sing a certain way. No, it's about the sound you want to produce and the textures you want to create with your voice, and you move your laryngeal space or your vocal tract to make those sounds happen. That's all it is.
The way you smile, it was a work of art. You wouldn't believe how it thrilled me.
The way you smile. She had a smile. The way you smile. It was a work of art. And then when she work of art, that pucker came in. Work of art. And the larynx dropped. How you thrilled me. The larynx kind of stayed down. And the vocal tract shaping changed because she extended the lips, puckered them up, dropped the larynx. But when she smiled, everything kind of came up and bright.
We used to talk on the phone till 3. It made my mother so angry. And when we shared our first dance underneath the moon and starlit sky, I knew that you were mine.
I knew that you were mine. She really keeps that throat open too. It's kind of like a yawn. I knew that you were mine. Those false vocal folds are probably super retracted, open, almost like a yawn. I wouldn't call it a sob. I would call it more a yawn. Yeah, because with a sob, there's almost that kind of quality with it. To me, this is more so like a yawn, where it's just open and woo, and it's almost like she's singing in that yawn.
I figured after all this time and all these years together, all the memories made, that you would be tired by now. It should have grown dull or stagnant, but with each passing day, there's never a moment I hello, miss. How you doing? I would like to know you.
I didn't want to interrupt because that line was so good. I loved hearing that little jazz trill. I always call it a jazz trill. It's kind of like that little turnaround right there. I don't know what it's called for real. It could be called something completely different, but I call it like a jazz trill. And you notice her vibrato also is put in specific places. That's good with the jazz too. Putting your vibrato in certain places. Opposite of that is like classical, where vibrato goes everywhere, respectively. You know, so that is a stylistic choice she has made. She really kind of puts a vibrato in certain words, certain phrases, or certain moments. It really makes the song nice and lush. And these dramatic lines and jumps and downs and ups, oh my god, like that stuff is difficult to do. And she's making it look like it's nothing. She's kind of I mean, I'll be like, what is the notes again? What is it? It's chromatic. I gotta go down. And then when do I jump down? And like, I would have been so confused trying to do this. And she just she's just so talented.
But you brushed me off immediately, gave me the coldest shoulder I've ever received, which made me want to get to know you even more. That's when I ran into you at the bookstore, your hairpin back while listening to music. I said, Fats, make your move now before it's too late. Don't let her get away, be brave. And then I said, darling, if you'll just give me a chance, I'll treat you like a queen, my whole world is yours. That was 50 years ago.
Her head voice, thin fold, falsetto, whatever you want to call it, is so clear. With some artists I talk about here, I talk about how they have a stark difference between those different parts of their voice. Here, it almost sounds like it's seamless. All parts of her voice is just so strong, and she works them so well together. She has conditioned them in such a way where they just kind of work well together. You know, it's almost like a seamless transition from going to one part of her voice to the next.
Today, despite the ups and downs, I wouldn't change a thing. It's hard to think of my life without you. I don't think I'd make it. You're my anchor through every storm that's ever come our way. And I'm not just talking, I mean what I say.
Did you hear that and I'm not
Yeah. If you don't believe me, I'll just have to spend the rest of my entire life showing how much you mean to me. I'll sing, I'll dance, I'll shout it from the highest mountain. All this to say that I'm so in love with you. Nostalgia hit me as I recall the day I knew that I loved you.
Hit me as I recall. Hit me as I recall. Do you hear what I'm doing? The aspiration, that breathiness. Hit me as I recall. And I may be in the wrong phrase doing that, but you heard her do that. Hit me as I recall. Again, all these textures, all these things you can do with your voice. She just has this super movable vocal track, which is kind of just like a Tetris. You just and she just kind of can just make it sound so good.
And now the feelings are just as strong as when I first laid eyes on you. A vision of perfection, heaven's very essence, I believe. You're all I'll ever need. Long as I live, I love you for all eternity. And I'm so glad you chose me.
If you enjoyed this analysis, click subscribe down below. Then click the alert button next to it so you know when the next video is posted. Remember to be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. All right, y'all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and have a wonderful and prosperous and blessed New Year.